everyone. Good start to your week. I hope your Monday is going well so far. Official Guy Reviews here. I wanted to take on another piece of equipment here in my household that I use literally on a daily basis to give you a bit of a view of. I hope you guys enjoyed the awards season with Oscars wrapping up last night. But today we're going to take a look at my old friend Google Home here. This is the medium, I guess, of the three Google Homes now. You have your Google Home Mini, and then you have your Google Home Max, which is the large speaker style. This is your Google Home. So it is a full-size, little more bass than the Google Home Mini, and it comes with your Google Assistant capabilities that you can set up and run through in your household. So I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like, when you can expect it here. I've used this for a good year now, and it's been fantastic for me. I am a huge fan of the Google Home. It probably knows more than it should about my household, but that's okay. That's all right. That's something we just kind of expect about Google for us. So to start out with the box here, basically just slides open the top of the box here. This is kind of like an open shell on the box itself. Inside, you've got a handy little cardboard box here, your little Google branding on the top there, and then a little pull tab on the front right here, which just lifts up like so. Now these I've pulled out to look at, but to give you guys an idea of what you can expect in here, you've got a couple quick guides, some of the quick commands that you can run through here with Google. And there's so many more. They're adding them constantly here. Your Google Home product information, and then your region, device info, touch controls in through here, as well as quick setup for you to take a look at how to plug it in. It is literally super straightforward. It is plugging the plug-in and downloading the Google Home app. Obviously, you can see here that it's available in the App Store and Google Play, of course. And then you have on this side a handy little QR code, or you can just visit the website there for some more details. In through the back of the device itself, you have your touch at the top, and then on the back you've got your mute button there. It says it mutes it, and your power light status, so Google won't listen to you if you push that button. We definitely are all bought in on that button. In through here you have your design to match your home. So the cool thing with the Google Home, it's a very, very clean look, very simple. They tried to keep it very modern and straightforward, but they've allowed you to design the base of it. So it kind of, I don't know, some people said it looks like an air freshener. Some people have looked, it's just a very clean look to it. I like the angled cut of the top of the device itself. Just a good matte white default, very modern looking, but you can see here there's obviously a bunch of different colors that you can kind of match the aesthetic of your home, and I've seen custom ones come through as well. Inside here, sitting in its little perch, you have the actual Google Home itself. So we'll close that up there. In below would just be your charger, of course. In behind, there is your mute button and the power status light that you have there. To change the base is super straightforward. It's just a matter of lifting the actual device out. So you've got your speakers all the way around. Looks so fancy. All your speakers. And then in the base itself, it's kind of like a honeycomb style pattern to allow the sound. There's the charging port there, which goes in the bottom of the device like so for the charger. And then the top is touch oriented. If you swivel your finger around like so, it's volume up and down on here. If you tap in the middle, it will pause, play music, things like that. You can set this up by having it with OK Google or Hey Google. Either one will handle things for you depending on how you set it up with your voice here. My phone is triggering at the same time. But that is your basic setup. So in through the top, you have your microphones and speakers you can see in through the side. That's why you have that honeycomb style there. Again, this is just the default. This is how it comes. It does have kind of a rubberized foot to it, so it doesn't slide around. And then again, when it's all reconnected, there's the charging port in through like so. And again, great little feature. I did want to show one other thing on this video here so you guys can see it. Here is basically how the Google Home app works in through setting up your speakers. So I'm in Canada. Again, these are obviously all my Chromecasts, and then your hands-free calling, your music and radio, and then it'll go through suggestions there. But if you look at the top here, You can see I have my kitchen speaker, my bathroom speaker, which are just Google Home Minis, which those will apply to whatever the picture. It'll just match what type of Google Home it is. You've got my Chromecasts here for the living room. Try and get you a good view here. The bedroom. And then what I've done here is you can set up groups, which is fantastic. I know my daughter loves it. We've been a huge fan of it. So you can set it up all speakers here, which will broadcast to the whole household. And then you'll also notice I've got a group called the main level here. Now I don't have my living room speaker set up right now, but I have the main level set as my kitchen and living room speaker, and then all speakers will broadcast bathroom, kitchen, and living room in there. A lot of people have asked me why I bother with a Google Home Mini in my bathroom, and it is simply because my daughter absolutely loves to play music while she's in the shower, and it seems just like a great solution. The other fantastic solution about the Google Home app here, if you are a parent or you just want to bother a roommate, you can actually go through here when music is playing, and you can turn the volume down, you can pause it, you can stop it, all right through your Google Home app. So when my daughter turns the volume up to 94% and it's blaring in the bathroom, I can simply jump in here and turn her down a little bit, or just press stop if she's getting a little out of hand with it. But it is a great little app. It's super, super handy. All the usual things you've come to expect from Google Assistant for your phone and everything you can do in through the device itself by speaking to it, asking it questions, celebrity heights, celebrity weights, celebrity ages, and many other things. You can use it to set reminders. The kitchen one is constantly used for conversions, tablespoons to teaspoons to cups, ounces, etc. So it's really handy on that front as well. You can link it with any of the music apps that you may be using to play things on. So it's pretty handy on that front as well. So it's been a great addition to our household. This guy here, depending on when you get it, sale-wise and whatnot, it can range anywhere from $70 all the way to up to $100 or so. But we are seeing that Google is looking to cut the price on these. We saw it through the Christmas period there. Obviously, sometimes they're a little bit hard to get a hold of. I know the Google Home Mini was back ordered for quite a while, and they were as low as $29, sometimes even with a gift card if you're in the States side. Canada, we didn't get so lucky, but we're looking $39, $49, so definitely a handy little feature for it. I have a few friends who do run the Alexa. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of to each their own. I feel like Google is making some heavy strides to try and move this into the mainstream. Obviously, they produced a ton and pushed a ton into households through the Christmas period with those insane deals. And they're integrating apps like crazy with it. I do have an Ecobee smart thermostat here at home, and I can control it through the Google Home. That is a more recent addition. Obviously, with their partnership with Nest and Google owning Nest, that was the one that they kept as the main. But Ecobee is included now, so you can tell it to warm up the house all through the Google Home, no matter what room you're in, if you've got a few, which is great. As far as the actual mic, it does hear very well. I find that it's very uncommon that you run into something where it doesn't understand what you're saying. If you watch your Google Assistant on your phone, it's a great idea to see when you're mentioning things and stating sentences, you'll find that sometimes it hears you wrong, but when it completes the sentence, Google works its Google magic, and before you know it, that sentence seems to be perfect every single time. I haven't ran into hardly any issues where it's not understanding me, volume up, volume down, asking random requests, asking random questions. The other cool part about the Google Homes here too is you can follow-up questions. So it does a good job of using its little AI back at Google headquarters there to ask it a question about maybe a celebrity's age, and then you can say, and then their next movie, or and then their previous movie, and what awards have they won. So it's kind of nice as you can keep a chain of conversation going, and it seems to be something that Google's really, really heavily focused on, which I've seen develop massively over the last year or so. It's gotten to the point where we use it to solve random arguments, have it flip coins for us, have it roll dice for us. They'll put out fun little Easter eggs all the time for it. You can have it like through Christmas, just little silly things like you come to expect from Google, like you see on the Google website. The top colors come in kind of the Google colors when you load it up, which are very similar to the top of the box here, these colors here. But through Christmas, what they actually did was you could have it show you a wreath, and it would be the just the red and green along the top, and it would twinkle along. Through Christmas, you could also ask it where Santa was at, it would let you know tracker wise. It would let you create songs with Santa. So it's pretty cool. They definitely have done a good job of keeping it fun and keeping it light. I feel like with all this AI tech and all these voice activated assistants jumping into the market the last year or two, really heavily, I feel like Google's done a good job of making it feel a little more homey. It makes it feel a little less like a cold piece of technology. The Google Assistant's voice, I feel like, is fine. It finds its roots in more human-like contact. So it does a good job of just an assistant voice as opposed to more of that robotic Windows reader voice. So it's pretty nice that way. Again, great little item. I'll do a quick review as well of the Google Home Mini for you. Fully integrated, these guys. The other thing that I love about them is they do a great job of connecting in, of course, with all of Google's services. I have an Android phone, but the iPhones, you can get the Google Home app, as you saw, and it works fairly swimmingly as well. As far as the Chromecast, it's fantastic. If you have your Netflix linked to your Chromecast, you can literally use the Google Assistant, and you can just tell it to tune to Bob's Burgers on Netflix, on living room or on bedroom or whatever, and you can also set a default room. So if you just say tune to Stranger Things, it'll automatically play onto your default. So it's really, really good as far as integration goes with the main living space. Not just music, it does also do a great job of reminders. You'll notice a little white dot that'll show up if you have any reminders linked in your phone and you're on the same accounts between the two. You'll notice that a little flashing reminder will pop up, and all you have to say is, "Hey Google, what's up?" and it'll tell you what's going on, and it'll keep you up to date on all your updates, and then it'll clear it off for you once you've heard it. So it's pretty cool. It'll pop up on your phone as the regular, and then on the flip side, what you're going to run into is that little dot that you can just walk into your kitchen, walk in your living room. If you see that dot, you can ask it what's up. It's just a great little reminder. I find stopwatches, you name it, it does it all. So it's a really, really solid option as far as that goes. The other great integration with this is, if you're not familiar, if you're not super techie, and you find something that you wish it could do that it just seems like there's not an app for yet, or there's not an integration for yet, you can download an app called IFTTT, which stands for If This Then That. And what that does for you is it gives you a ton more functionality of things that developers have just included, as they call them, almost like a recipe, basically, where what they do is they integrate two unconnected apps like the Google Home app and NASA or something of that nature, where basically you can use voice commands on your Google Home that aren't integrated with Google Home yet, and it will cycle through IFTTT and grab whatever recipe you've created. So if I tell Google Home this, then I want this app that is not normally connected to do such. So for example, with my Ecobee, before they integrated the Ecobee, I was able to still have it turn up the temperature in my house, turn down the temperature in my house, with a few commands that I'd created through that app. So I love the integration with that. It basically opens up the entire world of it. It does a lot of the GPS-based stuff as well if you want to use it through that. When I show up at my house, when I first speak to the Google Home, then I want it to log that I'm home, that I want to send my wife a message and say, "Hey, I'm here." It's really, really solid. They're working on some more integration into the Google Assistant on your phone to pull over between the two. Right now, it seems like the more in-depth of the two is definitely the Google Home. They're really focusing on that, but I've definitely seen some huge advances on the Google side for the device itself. So I will also do a little review. I do have a Google Pixel XL2 that I'll do a quick review on at some point for you guys, just to kind of cover the whole Google database of things, and give you a bit of an idea of the little bit of nerding I do. So I hope that helps out a little bit. Hope it gives you an idea here so you can kind of see the Home. Sound-wise, I guess I should focus on that a little bit. The sound of these guys is great. It does fairly solid for the size of it. As you can see, obviously, the speaker system, I mean, they really crammed as much sound into it as you can hope. It does have decent bass to it. It's not insane, obviously, but it isn't exactly a large unit. I mean, clearly it comfortably fits in the palm of my hand here, so it's not a massive unit, but for what it is, you get really clear sound out of it. I'll do a little bit of a review of the Google Home Mini as well. Sound-wise, obviously, you lose quite a bit of the bassiness on the Google Home Mini. There is settings for equalizer within your Google Home app that you can go in and tweak a little bit for these guys. when you move up the bass on this, it's decent. Like, it's definitely decent. It fills the room with sound. There's no question. If I'm in my kitchen, I can hear the living room one as well. But there is a notable difference between the treble and the bass on the regular sized Google Home here and the Google Home Mini. For sure, it's a little more treble on that side, but I can definitely do a quick review of those for you as well, so you can kind of get a view of things. And if you guys have any questions at all, I'm always happy to help you out here. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscription if you love it. I got tons more content coming. I love making these videos for you guys, and kind of saving you hopefully a little bit of money. I mean, maybe you were debating between the Alexa and the Google Home, and maybe this helped you out. But overall, I love this device. It's been great for me. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of Google integration in my life already, but honestly, I haven't had any issues with it. It's been fantastic. No weird restarts. It seems to do its updates seamlessly. I don't even notice them. It just seems to know when to do them, so I don't even see them. So it really is a solid option for you if you're just looking for a decent room filling sound, integrated with pretty much every single type of music playing, and a great assistant overall. I mean, for reminders, grocery lists, you name it, it does all that, as well as conversions and random question answering. Also, you can integrate it in, tell it your name, your family's names, as if that's not creepy enough, but they have that option as well, and it'll remember your pet's name for you. I definitely know that thanks to my daughter. As well as they're always adding like random little games and stuff, ad libs, all those kind of things. So it's a pretty fun little device. But I hope that helps out, guys. I'll definitely be tossing up some more videos for you. So if you you do enjoy the channel, feel free to stop by again and check it out. Thanks so much, guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week.